Hey everybody, my name's Melissa and welcome to Family Legacy Stories, where I will be talking about my April TBR and the Family History Challenge. I love spring because it means new beginnings and it also means new seasonal reads. I have 4 books to share with you today and I want to see what you're reading this season. So put in the comments below on what you're reading. I'm also excited to share the Family History Challenge that I have going on this season. I created a free printable that you can access on our link tree. How it works is there's some fun family history challenges on this bingo card that you can download from our link tree. And as you complete each one, you can cross them off and then share them on our social media. One of the challenges on the bingo card is read a family story. You can find this online or from a family member or a personal experience that you may have had on your own. But whatever you decide, just read a story about your ancestor. I've been looking forward to reading about this ancestor for quite some time, and it is my great-grandpa. He was a painter, and I just want to learn more about his story and why he decided to paint so later in life. So that's the story that I'm going to be reading. So that brings me to my spring TBR pick of Create a Poem. I got this book at Barnes & Noble, and as you flip through the pages, there are different prompts that you can try on your own poem, and then they also have use these words in your poem. So I'm going to flip through them and see which ones I land on. I think I'm going to pick 3, and then I'm going to use these sticky tabs to mark them so that I can remember which ones I chose. So here I go. So stop. Okay, create a poem about star. Okay. Use these words in your poem. Burn, movie, sky, fixed, body, shine, roll, symbol, destiny, rocket. Okay, that's going to be challenging. I'm kind of intimidated. I don't really write poetry. I would like to learn someday how to do that, but I guess I can just try for now. And that will help me to mark off one of my prompts on the bingo card. So that is star. So I've got that one. Okay, I'm going to flip through 2 more times and see which prompt I get. Okay. Create a poem about a toy. Playmate, factory, stuffed, trifle, collection, model, feeling, manipulate, game, puppet. That will be an interesting one. Something I forgot to mention is that April is Poetry Month. So that's why I thought I would select that on our bingo card to try. So give it a shot. Okay, here's the last one that I'm going to flip through and pick. Ready, set, go. All right. Oh, this one's a little heavy. Create a poem about guilt. Use these words in your poem. Wrong, awareness, atonement, jury, sin, verdict, confess, offense, trip, haunt. Okay. All right, well, that one will be interesting to try. So the 3 prompts that I randomly picked from this poetry book was guilt, and then star, and then toy. Okay, we will see what we come up with on this, but I'm excited to try poetry for the first time, and you can try with me. The next prompt is share a picture on Instagram on who you are related to that is famous. This is a really fun one. You can go on Family Search actually. If you have a tree already set up, it will show you who you're related to that's famous. And I'm excited to dig into that. I would like to do a future video on that, to be surprised on who I'm related to and maybe read some of their books or maybe learn more about their life. So that is one of the prompts I'm excited to try. So see what happens. Make sure that you post on our Instagram how you're related to the person and who you're related to. I'm excited to see how everyone is related to a famous person. Okay, the next prompt is read a book that your family member likes. I have a couple of family members that love to read books as well, and that so happens to be one of my spring TBR picks for this season, and that is Anne of Green Gables. I'll have to show you my copies. Here are my copies of Anne of Green Gables, and I got these from my aunt, and we read them together, and that was really, really fun. She has since passed away. I love that I have her books that I can reread them, and I would love to reread them. I think Evergreen Gables is a great pick to be able to read during spring. For me, I don't know why it gives me spring vibes. So I'm excited to reread these. I probably won't read them all this season, to be honest. I read the first one last year, and so I'm excited to continue maybe on the second one. Since I already know how they all end, it's okay that I wait a little bit. I don't know if it's just me, but I have a hard time reading a series all the way through. I don't know if it's an attention span problem or if I'm just such a mood reader that I want to move on, but I'm okay with putting a book down for a while and then picking it right back up. That also means that sometimes I have to reread a book, but that's kind of the trade-off that I run into. But I think I'm going to, for this season, I'm going to read the second one, Anne of Avonlea, and maybe even watch the series again because it's just such a great series. So that's Anne of Green Gables, and I'm intrigued to see which book that you pick that a family member recommended to you. So you can also put that in our social media or the comments. The next prompt is read a book in the same year that your ancestor was born. I'm excited about this one. There's a lot to choose from, right? I have ancestors all the way back on one line to like the 1700s. And if you don't have a long family tree like I do in some places, just pick a year that you want to read more about and that you're interested in, and that would totally work for this bingo challenge. The book that I'm going to pick in the same year that my ancestor was born is a Jane Austen book. I think this is also very good for this time of year. I also think that Jane Austen is perfect for spring, but fun fact, I have only read one of her books. I have seen most of the adaptations on TV or in movies, but I have never read most of her famous works. I want to see if you can guess which book that I've read from hers, and you might be surprised. So the book that I've read from her is Northanger Abbey, and that is because it is a Gothic novel. I read that book because it has a Gothic feel to it, and I really love Gothic novels. So I'm excited to read one of these books. Let me know in the comments which ones I should start first. This is a book that I got from the library, and it was only like $2 because they already had multiple copies, and I'm so excited that I got it. So the books that are in this actual volume is Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Northanger Abbey, Persuasion, Lady Susan, and Emma. So tell me in the comments which one I should start with first and why, and maybe I will try the one that you selected. Also, another fun fact about me is I love to annotate, especially if it's an older book, because I kind of have a lower reading comprehension. I have to read really slow in order for me to understand what's going on. I also get distracted very easily, and so I feel like annotating books is really helpful to me. But since I only have this really nice copy of this Jane Austen collection, I was trying to find ways in which to annotate without really annotating. So a couple of tips that I looked into is there are some erasable highlighters, but I've tried them on other books and it kind of still puts a little dent in them. And if it's a really nice copy like this, I don't even want to have dents in them. But I like those highlighters if it's just a book that I can go through quickly. And then if I have to erase something, I can. If it's one of those copies I'm really trying to learn something from, I don't mind that. But I think the solution that I found is these are see-through Post-it notes. Isn't that cool? So I am going to write on them my notes that I have, or I can even probably highlight over them as I think about it. So I'm going to see how these work out, and I will let you know what I find out. But I'm excited to try one of these books, and I'll let you know which ones I picked in our social media. So the next prompt that is on the bingo card is draw your family crest. I know this might sound intimidating to some people, but I just want you to try and give it a shot if you think you're an artist or not. My overall thoughts on being an artist is I fundamentally believe that everyone can draw. I know, shocking, but I believe everyone can. I just feel like as a society, we always think that you're born with something. I feel like it takes practice like anything else. If you're even a little interested in drawing, just try it out and practice, and you don't even have to show anyone. So I think this will be a fun challenge, at least for me, because I haven't drawn in a little bit. I think it will be great practice for me. And I think the crest that I'm going to pick is a Scottish crest of some kind. I have Scottish ancestry, and I think it would be fun to link all the different names with all the different tartans and also the different crests. So I will see how that turns out. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to go about that or to what level, but I think that will be a fun one. And like I said, you don't have to share this one. I know drawing can be really vulnerable, but you can just keep it for yourself or feel free to share. I'm happy to see those as well. But I'll definitely share my results with you, and I think that will be a really fun prompt to try. A simple prompt to get started on the bingo card is research your family name. I love researching names. I love to see the origins of them, and there's some great resources online where you can see not only the country that they're from, but kind of the origin story behind them and how they've changed throughout the years. So whether it be your maiden name or your married name, or research your family name, and you may get a lot of insight into where you come from. The next prompt that I'm very excited to try is to make a collage about one of your ancestors. This one has been in the works for me for about a month. It's taking a lot longer than I anticipated. I wanted to do a digital collage, but feel free to do a paper one. You can even do a stop animation. You can sketch one. Whatever you decide to do in the collage, make it fun and get your family involved in it. If you have questions about your family story, this is a great time to ask those as you're trying to explore the story that you're wanting to share. But I would love to share with you a collage of a family member that I have been researching lately on this channel, so stay tuned for that. And the last and final prompt is create a scrapbook. It doesn't need to be a big scrapbook. Maybe it's just a start of one. Maybe it's just buying supplies for scrapbooks. I love buying supplies for scrapbooking. I have an unhealthy addiction to office supplies, and I have plenty, so I don't need to buy any. But they're really fun to look at, especially if you have a specific project in mind. Whether it be a starting point for you or if you are finishing one up, feel free to share with us on our channel what you've created. So that is the Family History Challenge for this season. I really hope you take advantage of this time to have it be a fun thing. Please don't make it as homework. Please have it be a fun time for you. And you can just do 3. You can do a complete blackout of the bingo card. Whatever you decide, whatever you think might be fun and rewarding for you, and at the same time getting to know more about your family history, then that is definitely a win for everyone. So I encourage you to download the printable and then share with us how you're doing along the way. So 2 books that are left in my April TBR are Evergreen. This book is a reread for me. It was so good. It's by Julie Abe, and it's about a semi-magical witch. And you may wonder, why this for your spring TBR? It is green, one of my favorite colors, if you haven't noticed. And green always reminds me of spring. It also is a book about found family, which, by the way, I just realized that's kind of the theme that's been going on with these books. Anna Green Gables is kind of like found family. And so this is just a fun time. So what this is it's a cozy book, meaning that there are just low stakes, and there's a candy shop in it. It also is, although she has to save kind of this place that she's found, it's very cozy all along the way. It not only has like spring vibes to it, but it's also just very lush in coziness. Evergreen is determined to earn the rank of novice witch before her 13th birthday. If she doesn't, she'll lose her magic forever. For most young witches and wizards, it's a simple test. The only problem? Ava only has a pinch of magic. She summons heads of cabbage instead of flowers and gets a sunburn instead of calling down rain. And to add insult to injury, whenever she overuses her magic, she falls asleep. And so another reason why this is a spring TBR is it talks about vegetables, it talks about plants. And so it's really good. It's a fast read. It is a middle grade, but it's a good time. And I'm excited to reread this. So these are my 4 books on my seasonal spring TBR. I'm excited to see what you've chosen for your seasonal reads. Also, I hope you join the Family History Challenge. I'm excited to get started and share with you what I have. So this is a friendly reminder to like, subscribe, and get notifications to this channel so you can see updates on how my challenge is going and that you can let me know how yours is going as well. So until next time, keep writing your family legacy story one page at a time. Bye!